Don't like that, do you? Naughty fireworks. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. Right, this video is all about the things I hate about my van build. Hate's a strong word. The things that annoy me about my van build and things I would do differently next time. There might be a next time, but more on that when there is a next time. Alright, so you can get an understanding of where we are budget wise. When we went into this, we had £20,000 total budget. And that including having to buy the van as well. This is my van, 1989 Fiat Ducato Auto Stratus. You can see us buying the van in the video up here somewhere. It's going to come up, whatever. So the van cost just under £7,000. So that left us about 13,000 to do the conversion. I say conversion. It's a coach built. It was already all working as it was, but it was very dated, old style. You know, everything was original. So like the cooker and the sink and everything else, and it had an old gas fire. We've still got the original boiler, which I will be getting rid of at some point. But as I'll try and explain for this video, it sounds like a lot of money. It sounds like a big budget, but it really isn't. And the reason I say that is because going into this, and this is Mrs. H's specs, mine too though, we lived in a house, obviously. We weren't forced into van life because of poverty or anything like that, although living in a house was becoming very difficult in modern day budgets and stuff, and how expensive everything is. So we decided, it was a life choice, we decided that we would be better off if we moved into a van. We didn't need to have a big house anymore, and we liked the idea of it, so we went for it. People have different circumstances, different budgets. To some people, 20 grand, people are like, whoa, 20 grand, loads of money, you can do so much with that. But for what we wanted to do, we wanted to make this a tiny version of a house. Have all the things that we would have in a house, like a TV, a decent sized fridge, a decent sized sink, decent sized cooking area, kitchen, all that kind of thing. We almost got it, but we didn't, and I'll explain as we go on. So the first thing I got wrong, and probably the most important thing, was the power. I didn't really understand how much power we'd need. So we went with a 200 amp hour lithium battery, which is this one down here, which is we call the house battery. And we've got a 3000 watt inverter there for our 240. This runs also all of our 12 volt, and if we plug it into the inverter over here, runs all our sockets, everything. Got 300 watt of solar on the roof, and a 20 amp, actually it's actually a 40 amp DC charger, but I can only run it on 20 amp because my alternator can't handle it. With this setup, we managed to go in the summer. We could go like 3 days and then we'd be out of power, which is not very good. When I went into this, I did think actually that we wouldn't be wild camping off-grid as much as we are. I mean, we're actually full-time off-grid now. We haven't been on a campsite for over 3 weeks at present. I thought we'd be doing campsites every few days anyway, so to go 3 days off-grid with my vision was probably alright, but the reality is it's too expensive to go on campsites that often, and not very practical either with our work commitments where Tracy works and stuff like that. So the system that I originally put in, I think the battery was about 800, I think it was about 800, the inverter was about 300, and the solar kit was about 400. Then I had to upgrade to an MPPT controllers at 150, and then the DC charger, I think that was about 150 or 200, I can't remember exact figures, but you get the idea. quite a lot of money, but it wasn't good enough, so we got the Ecoflow on top of that, which is this little beauty down here. They do that, they do it in watt hours. I mean, this is in amp hours, that's in watt, but you know, this is basically just over half, or just under half rather, the capacity of the house battery. So we've got 200 amp hours in there. I think this is about 80-90 amp hours in there. But the good thing about this is it's portable and we can charge it anywhere, or I can charge it off my generator, which is down here, which is a 900 watt petrol generator, which I put on every day just to charge that up, and then that runs the van all day, if that makes sense. This is how we've done it. But an additional cost at the time, that was £1,200, that was about £300, so an extra £1,500 we had to spend quite early on into our van life journey. We're 4 months in, so that wasn't something we budgeted for. And also we got Harley, my daughter, our daughter. If you haven't checked out her channel, check out her channel, because we put the same system in her van when we converted her van. So we've bought her an Ecoflow. It's a little Christmas present, but again, something we didn't budget for going into it. So that's the Jenny running, lead going into the van, which is then charging our Ecoflow, and I'm also charging the house battery off a battery charger, which you can't see, it's down the back there, charging the house battery at the same time. And that will run for about an hour and a half, and that will charge up the Ecoflow to 80% and put some juice into the house battery. Now, the battery charger I've got is only a 7 amp battery charger, so that'll only put in about 10 amps or something like that, but you know, it just helps keep it topped up. Today, like today, we've got sun out, so we've got solar coming in to the house battery as well. What I will do, because it's now the morning, 9:30, once that's charged up, I'll leave the battery charger on until the Ecoflow depletes, and then before I go off to the evening park up, because I'm on the daytime park up, I will charge up the Ecoflow again, and then that will take us through the night. So the generator is running about 2 to 3 hours a day at the moment, because it is winter, although there is a bit of sunshine today. And before all you people that hate generators moan, I'm not an idiot. I am considerate. I am parked on a busy road in a lay-by. I never use this thing where there's lots of people around. There's no houses over here. There's a golf course there. There's a few dog walkers going around. It's just a busy road, lay-by, and that's the only place I would really put it on. If I was in a different area, I would just find like a lay-by on a busy road or something. There's loads of them around. You can just pull in, chuck it on, not going to upset anyone. I would not do it in a built-up area or in a car park or anything like that, or certainly not a campsite. It is noisy. They say they're silent. They're not silent at all. It's not the loudest thing I've heard. I mean, you know, you get like people, you know, mowing the lawns and hedge trimming and stuff. They're louder, but it is a constant din. You can hear it, you know what I mean? So it is annoying, but like I said, no one really around here, so it's cool. Of course, having said that, people have different needs. Like I said, we're quite power hungry, because we're using conventional fridge, a 240 TV, an induction hob, which I'll come on to next. We do use a lot. So yeah, we thought this was a great idea. The induction hob works really well, gotta say. You know, does all its bits and bobs. You can do the schmoodle-doodle-doo, but it is really power hungry. Again, I did think we were going to be on campsites more often. It's great on a campsite. You plugged into the shore power, you can use it, it's not a problem. But if you're off grid, this just takes your power. It eats your power quicker than you can cook your food and eat your food, unless you've got the generator running, you know, to top everything back up again. It's really a no-go. We do use a portable gas stove most of the time, one of those little things which is waiting to be cleaned actually, which is great. Do highly recommend them. They're very, very good actually, but we use that like 99% of the time. This thing never gets put on, so probably wouldn't do that again. This is another thing I'm going to change. This toothbrush is a bit childish for me, so I'm going to get a grown-up one, a big boy one. No, seriously, this tap and sink situation. This is actually an upside down lampshade. Well, it's a lampshade upside down, but it does flap about a bit, and so I'm gonna cut a big hole here, and I'm gonna sink this into the bottom a little bit more, so it's a bit more sturdy. But apart from that, that's all right. That's all right. Something else to consider when you're doing your van or whatever. Something else to consider is the floor. I put this nice vinyl interlock flooring down. Quite expensive, but it's okay because it only took 2 packs. 50 quid a pack though, I think it was, something like that. But that's fine. But it's not fine because we went for a light colour, and trying to keep it clean is a nightmare. I'm cleaning this floor all the time. Mud, footprints, everything. Especially this time of year. So the amount of times I'm on my hands and knees washing this floor is a joke. If I'd gone for a darker floor, or maybe even a carpet or a vinyl layer or something like that, it would have been a lot easier. Because it has like a grain, it has like a groove in it as well, so like a grain finish, and all the mud and dirt gets in there. Really hard to clean it. I'm going to be ripping this up probably in the spring. Drives me nuts. There you go, hands and knees, scrub it up dub. It's still not 100% clean, but way better than what it was. Got one of these from, I think it was Home Base, not sure where. Bill Base, something like that. Anyway, 15 quid, good sturdy mat. Something you can step onto when you come in. You've got a coconut mat. The coconut mats are, it's easy for you to say, coconut mats are crud. Thought you were going to swear then, didn't you? They are shocking. Not good at all. But this one is really, really good. So we come in, step onto this. You can wipe your feet and take your shoes off, which does minimalise footprints. Biscuit hasn't figured out how to use it, so she walks in mud everywhere. But that's a bit better. Do you know what? I clean this floor. I clean that floor at least 3 times a day. Takes about 15 minutes each time, so that's like 45 minutes. That's just some maths for you, isn't it? I could do maths. A day I spend cleaning this floor. Talking about cleaning, somebody said to me, oh, when you move into a van, hardly any housework, 10 minutes you're done. I must be doing something wrong, because I spend about 2 hours, maybe sometimes even 3 hours cleaning this van every day, with the toilet, shower, floors, hoovering, dusting, tidying, washing up, blah blah blah. And that doesn't even include the cab area, which is an absolute state at the moment. So maybe I'm doing something wrong, but 2 adults and a dog in here, sometimes a 5-year-old, does get quite dirty quite quickly. Right, Ecoflow's on 80%, so I'm going to turn off the Jenny, take Biscuit for a quick... Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk? No? Let me know. Yeah, so I've got to get ready for... I'm doing a Twitch stream today, link in the description if you want to come and follow me on Twitch, and I do live music and stuff on there. So I'll do that, and I'll see you after the stream. Hold the press. I'm not mining for coal. Diesel heater problems. No heat last night. E8, E10 error code. Thought it was the pump, but we've got the pump priming now. I've had all this apart. Absolute nightmare. You can see there's a bit of air in there, but it's working its way through now. It was simply a block in the fuel tank, which is down here on the outlet. The little thing that's at the bottom of the tank was blocked for some reason. So I'm going to fire it up in a minute, just let it prime through and see if it kicks in. Let's have a go. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Come on, Diesel. Come on, Vinny. Vinny, you got this. Full power, baby. Come on, Vinny. Hot air. Yeah, hot air. Ho, 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 ho. Come on, don't let me down. You got this. I can see it spitting that petrol. It's not even petrol. I can see it spitting that diesel down there. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh, yes. We got hot air, baby. They don't call me a genius for nothing. They don't call me that at all. But if this ever happens to you, it was an E08 error code and an E10. E08 means no fuel, basically. E10's general fault. The pump wasn't priming, it was just loads of air. It was a block in the fuel tank on the outlet. Just got a big long needle, took the pipe off, big long needle, poked it in there, and then diesel did spurt out everywhere, but I've got to clean that mess up now. But now it's working and we got heat, baby. Haha. Now this thing is a bit of a love-hate relationship. This is a Lagan, is it Lagan? It says somewhere. Lagan table arm. Didn't come with the table, and I hate it for two reasons. One, sorry, I haven't put the bed up properly. One is the cost. It was really expensive, and it didn't even come with the table. I think it was about 200 quid, around about, I don't know, quite dear for what it is. You can get, say, fake ones, different ones, for a lot cheaper than that. But I went with the name brand because of, again, watching YouTube videos and people saying, oh, it's really good quality and it does this, does that, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I got it, was not impressed with the quality, to be fair. I broke it straight away. One of the turny things, one of these, rounded off, and then obviously I went back to the supplier and they blamed me for being too strong. I am quite hench. And being too aggressive with it, and you're like, okay, fair enough. But they sent me another part, but I had to, I don't know if you can see it, I had to hacksaw the old one off. It was this one, which made a right mess, and then I put the new one in. So, brand new table leg, and it's all scuffed and scratched up because I had to hacksaw the bolt off because it's just rounded off and seized up. Doesn't come with the tabletop. I had to buy that. That was an extra 40 quid for that. But we do use it quite a lot, and it does do stuff, and it twizzles round, and you know, you can put it over here. Sorry, I don't know if you can see very well. Over there, like that, if you wanna. You can have it lengthways like that, if you wanna. So you can sit either end of the table, you can spin it sideways and bring it in over here, and you know, boom, back there if you want it out the way. And obviously you can take it off and take it all off if you don't want it there completely. Having said that, we do use it and we haven't replaced it, but if I was doing another build, I probably wouldn't have one. I would have just a removable table, even just a freestanding table that we could just fold up and put away and have out when we want to. It does stay there all the time. It's a bit of a hassle to put away. But I have took it off a few times when I've needed more space. But for the money, I mean, we're talking all in probably about 250 quid. It's quite a lot of money, and yeah, I wouldn't do that again. The other thing we're going to change is our TV. We do watch quite a bit of TV, evenings mainly, because that was the only place we could put it. And we have this nice big sofa area. Originally this was a dinette, obviously with 2 seats, but I made the middle piece as well, diesel heaters under there, etc. We've got this nice sofa. We both have to kind of squeeze onto that bit there to watch the TV. I do have the captain's chair there, which sometimes I sit there. But you know, Mrs H likes a cuddle. So the idea is we're going to get rid of this TV eventually. It was a budget thing. We did look at this before. We're going to put a projector up there, which will go onto this window here, because these blinds are white, these blackout blinds. So we should be able to, I'll try and give you a perspective, have the projector up there shining onto there, which is quite a nice big screen, and then we can remove the table if we want to, or just have it in the middle, and then one of us can sit in that corner and one of us can sit in this corner. We have all lie across there. You've got the whole use of that sofa to watch the TV, and plus it gets this off the wall, which does get in the way of the elevating bed, but I have it on a bracket so it swings under there when we bring the bed down. But it'd be nice to use this wall for putting pictures and stuff like that, family and things like that. That's what the idea is there. So yeah, TV would do it, projector screen, and we are going to do that anyway. But you know what I mean. Stay in my ear. Anyway, another thing I didn't consider when doing this van conversion, it's not a build because it was already built, was distribution. Easy to say. Distribution of weight. Originally, try to paint a picture for you. Excuse the mess, I haven't sorted the cab area out yet. On here was the cooker. I think it went cooker, and then the kitchen sink, and under there, and then fridge there. So the fridge was here, a tiny little fridge, and then you had, I think it was the sink, and then a cooker, drainer situation on there, and an oven. There was an oven there, that's right. And over here, this was just what they called a vanity area. It wasn't original, it was something they'd done. So this was like it was like a dressing table and a mirror, and then there was a seat, a stool here. You can go back and see all this in the first videos if you want to. And then over here there was a gas fire, and then another kind of vanity area, and then all the cupboards up the top we've kept the same, although I did some adjustments. But yeah, so what I've done and what I would do different next time, and the reason is, on this side of the van you've got the fridge, I've got the leisure batteries and everything under there, this nice big worktop because Tracy wanted worktop, and then we've got this great big double sink, household sink, and all the bits and bobs under there. The water tank is in their wardrobe in the bathroom under there. So you've got quite a lot of weight. You've got like a 70-litre water tank there, and then the waste is sort of underslung at the back. This great big sink, and this is heavy, and these worktops are heavy because they're, you know, what they are. Great big double cupboard with loads of stuff in there. A large fridge with loads of stuff in there. Leisure batteries there. So there's quite a lot of weight on this side of the van. On this side, once we get the LPG tank out, it's just basically a diesel heater. Empty. It's all empty under here. We've got the boiler under there, and then just cupboards. So the weight is kind of like, and the shower's in that corner, a lot on this side, and I do feel like it does kind of lean a little bit, especially when the water's full and the fridge is full and everything else. So in hindsight, we love a bit of hindsight, I would have put the sink over there and the cooker over here. Would have distributed that weight a little bit better, and maybe with the leisure batteries and stuff I could have done it differently and had them sort of under the seats maybe. The problem is that seat, because the LPG tank's in there. I should have got the LPG tank out before. I should have done that first and got rid of it. I'm not going to use it. It doesn't work anyway. And then that would have distributed some weight that way as well. And I think having the cooker by the door makes more sense as well for ventilation, even though we've got the centre max air fan there, which does really well. I just think that would have been better. But there you go, that's what it is. Okay then, so that concludes this video really. I don't think there's much else I would do differently. I'm not complaining. We live in this van and it does perform really, really well most of the time. So you know, it's just things, some things I will change as time goes on, some things I would have done differently, some things I can't really change. Bit too much work, like moving sinks and things like that. I'm not going to do that, but you know, it's just something to think about if you're doing a build. You know, a bit more forward planning. Maybe I should have done a bit more forward planning, but we didn't know, it was our first one, so there you go. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And you can download some free music. I'll put a link in, I think there's a link in already there, in the description. Click that link and you can download a load of songs that I've written and released for free. Yours for free. If you subscribe. They're free anyway. Anyway, see you later.